Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. And as promised, I'm back with another video on the Heart of the Ocean necklace, which I showed you guys in my previous video. And I said to you guys that I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of the cheap shitty one that nobody wants, literally me, and then the actual authentic replica. I have them both here. You can't see them, but I'm going to do like a head-on, like a bird's eye perspective of the two of them, so you can see side by side. You can see just how big the difference actually really is. And I guess I'll talk a little about the pros and the cons of both of them. I mean, there is no cons really about the actual authentic looking one, except for the fact it's kind of expensive. But if you're a hardcore like Titanic collector like me, it's worth getting, I would say. It's definitely the holy grail of my Titanic collection. The cheap one is good for like, because it's only a couple of dollars, and it's good for, I guess, just if you want something that will be part of your collection but you don't have that much money. You can literally get them for like less than $5 I've seen. But yeah, anyway, I want to show you guys these, so I'll jump over to the other camera right now. Alright guys, so here you can see the two side by side, and this one is obviously the expensive movie accurate one, and this is the cheap one. And I wanted to show you this first because this is like the presentation. This is what they come in. This one came in this blue leather box, and it is, I think, satin lined here, and then it has this like blue felt background. What do you call that? Like the back of the box, or the bottom, I guess you could say. And then there's the Heart of the Ocean just sitting in there beautifully. Over here we have this piece of crap right here, which comes in one of these little bags, which I guess is something. And yeah, the only thing I would say, this is pretty nice to look at, and when you look at them together, it does look more blue than the other one, and there's a reason for that. This one has like no hole in the back. This one does have a hole, which I'm not going to get it out. I did show you guys in the other video. But yeah, this one right here, we'll talk about this one first, and then I'll do like a size comparison, put them right next to each other. Then the first thing I want to point out is the diamonds around the outside are really nice. The actual thing itself, it does look nice. It is like a nice piece of jewelry, and anybody who looks at this will instantly know it is the Heart of the Ocean. Whoops. I'm not too concerned about dropping this one because, like I said, it was cheap. I've had a whole bunch of these, and I keep giving them away to girls. But yeah, it is very beautiful, even though it's very cheap. So I would say it's worth the price. And if you're a Titanic collector that doesn't have a lot of money, it's still a pretty good addition to your collection. The chain is made up of these like very cheap, flimsy little diamonds. I don't really know what they're called, but they're very flimsy and very cheap. And they only go up halfway, and then from the rest of the way, it's just this really cheap quality chain. And I've had a bunch of these, like I said, and bought them from different places, different people. And they always seem to have the same problem. Like there's kinks in the chain, there's like knots in it and stuff like that. It's just not very well put together. But the heart itself is actually really nice. And as you can see, I'll put them together right now because I want to show you guys something. But number one, the size difference. And number two is the cheap one actually looks more like a heart than this one, which is from the movie. This one is more like an upside down triangle, and this one is an actual heart shape. So yeah, this one kind of, I guess, is more, I guess you could say, I don't really even know, like, it's more of a heart, I guess. Ignore the sticky residue on the table. That is from probably when I puked and did the one chip challenge. I'm not sure if you guys remember that. But yeah, this is only a couple dollars. I think you can get them between, like, I've seen them going anywhere between $2 and, like, so the only thing I would say, you have to be careful when you're shopping for a Heart of the Ocean necklace, because I have noticed that people will try to scam you. People will charge hundreds of dollars for one of these, and in the picture they have it in a box like this, but you can tell it's going to be a cheap, shitty one when it comes in the mail. So be careful. Always just remember to, like, look at details. One of them is that if it's a full heart shape like this, it's probably one of the cheap ones, because that's what I've noticed. The cheap ones always are a perfect heart shape, but the one in the movie, even though it's the Heart of the Ocean, it's not actually a heart shape. So yeah, keep that in mind. This is the back of it, and as you can see, it's got these weird, like, holes in it, and there is just the back of the diamond right there, but it's like, it's silver, so you can't actually see through this. It's just like, I don't know, it's like blocked off completely. But in the back of this one, there's a hole, so you can like look right through it if you wanted to. So yeah, I'm not going to get this out like I said, but you can see it in my other video. Yeah, this one has a hole in the back, so you can look right through the diamond. This one, you can't do that. And it's very thin too. That one's kind of thick. She's a thick girl. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I want to say about the cheap one. The real one, it's much bigger, first of all. It's got all these little diamonds around the edge, which this one does too, but these are more, it's more smooth around the edge. This one is more spiked. And there is like these little different shaped diamonds, which are exactly like this in the movie. And it's supposed to represent the waves, because I thought, you know, it's kind of weird. They're all like different shapes. Some of them are oval, some of them are teardrops, some of them are circle, and it's a very odd like combination of diamonds, I guess. And so I looked into it, and apparently it's purposely like that to represent the ocean waves. And then you have this, which obviously represents the ocean color and the depth of the sea. And there is the heart right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little bit right here that connects the chain to the actual heart of the ocean. That is an actual heart shape. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're buying, or if you buy a Heart of the Ocean. And yeah, just as I promised, here is like a side-by-side again. And you can see that this one is a much more light blue. This one is darker. It's almost black, but you can still see the blue little hole right there. Yeah, they are pretty much the same color when you look at them with like a light on them. It's just like I said, this one doesn't have a back, and this one does. So that's why you're seeing this one is more blue, which I guess some people could say it's nicer like that. I guess it looks nicer right now than this one. But when you look at this one in person, it looks so much better. It's like actually looking through, I guess you could say it's like looking through some kind of like window to the sea. Like it literally looks like you're looking down into the ocean. And it just sort of goes bluer and bluer and bluer, and then it goes black. And yeah, it's really beautiful. They're both pretty good. This one's good for what it's worth, which is just literally a couple of dollars. And this one's good because it's, well, obviously it's the movie replica. And the only bad thing about this, though, is the price. So, either way, though, I would recommend both of them. But I would just say be careful shopping around, that you don't pay money for one of these and then get one of these in the mail, because that will be very disappointing. Alright guys, that's pretty much the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed it. As I promised, I was going to show you the both of them together and see what you guys thought. But yeah, now you know, I told you there was a pretty big difference between the cheap one and the expensive one. And it's kind of funny, really, because when you actually get like the cheap one in the mail, or you get it for the first time, you look at it and you don't even really notice the difference from the movie. You look at this and you're like, wow, it's really pretty. I have the Heart of the Ocean. But it's only when you have it side by side with the actual movie replica that you realize just how sort of cheap and crappy this one is. But I would still say it's pretty nice for, you know, a couple of dollars, and it is like pretty recognizable. Anybody would tell you this is the Heart of the Ocean. And so that's the main thing, I guess. Like I said, I've wanted that one, the replica, the actual movie replica. I've wanted it for years, and it's only now I've been able to get it. So it's something that I'm happy with, and I'm gonna keep it until I find my wife, and then I'm gonna have her walk down the aisle wearing it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, and remember to chase your dreams.